What influences the cost of real estate in Thailand? Thailand is a unique place where rich cultural traditions, magnificent landscapes and modern amenities are combined. This makes it an attractive place to buy real estate, both for investors and for those who are looking for the perfect place to live or relax. However, the cost of real estate in Thailand can vary significantly depending on a number of factors. In this article, we will look at the main ones. Understanding these factors will help you make an informed choice and invest in a property that suits your needs and preferences. Housing location. One of the key factors affecting the cost of real estate in Thailand. The most important factor is its location. Proximity to the sea, city center or tourist areas can significantly increase the price of an apartment. For example, properties in popular resorts such as Phuket, Pattaya and Samui are usually more expensive than those in lesser-known areas. It is also important to note that location affects not only the current value, but also the potential value in the future. Areas with rapidly developing infrastructure can offer good investment opportunities, as the value of real estate in them can increase significantly within a few years. In addition, the location of housing can affect your daily life. Close proximity to shops, restaurants, schools, and hospitals can make life more convenient. On the other hand, housing in quiet and secluded areas can offer more privacy and peace of mind. Finally, it is worth considering that some areas of Thailand may be more susceptible to flooding or other natural disasters. This can also affect the value of real estate and should be taken into account when choosing a location. Area and number of rooms. The size of the home and the number of rooms are two important factors that affect cost real estate in Thailand. In most cases, the larger the size of the apartment and the number of rooms, the higher its price. For example, apartments in closed residential complexes with round-the-clock security and video surveillance systems can cost 20 to 30% more than similar objects without such conditions. For example, the price of a new one-bedroom apartment in Pattaya can start from $50,000, while a similar apartment on the secondary market can cost about $40,000. At the same time, apartments on the secondary market may be more affordable, although their condition may vary. It is important to conduct a thorough inspection of the condition of the apartment and the building as a whole before buying, in order to avoid additional repair costs. The age of an apartment can also affect its value. As a general rule, it is also worth considering that some houses in Thailand can be equipped with water treatment systems and generators to ensure continuous power supply in the event of a power outage. These additional amenities can also increase the cost of housing. Moreover, the materials used in construction can also affect the cost. For example, homes built with heat-insulating materials may cost more, but they provide a more comfortable living environment and can save money on air conditioning in the long run. Furniture and household appliances. More and more buyers are looking for turnkey solutions when it comes to buying real estate in Thailand. Apartments fully furnished with furniture and appliances usually cost 10 to 15% more than similar apartments without furniture. For example, a one-bedroom apartment in Pattaya without furniture can cost around $50 US$000, while a fully furnished apartment in the same building can cost around $55 US$00057. However, it is worth considering that the quality of furniture and household appliances also affects the cost. Apartments with high-quality furniture and modern appliances will cost more than apartments with budget furniture and old appliances. In addition, many buyers prefer apartments with furniture and appliances, because this removes the burden of responsibility for choosing and delivering furniture and appliances. which can be especially difficult for foreign buyers. Thus, although furnished apartments are more expensive, they also offer additional amenities for buyers, which may justify their higher cost. View from the window. The view from the window is not only an aesthetic pleasure, but also a factor that can significantly affect the value of real estate. Imagine waking up every morning and seeing the panorama of the Andaman Sea or Pattaya city skyline right from your window. It's a treat that people are willing to pay for. Apartments with sea views in Pattaya, for example, can cost anywhere from $150,000 to $500,000 depending on the area, floor, and proximity to the beach. At the same time, apartments with city views may cost 10 to 20% less, but they will still cost more than apartments without panoramic views. In addition, it is important to consider that apartments with good views often have a greater potential for renting out. Tourists and expats are usually willing to pay a premium for the opportunity to enjoy the beautiful view during their stay. However, it is worth considering that apartments with sea or city views may require more maintenance costs. For example, they may be more susceptible to corrosion due to salty sea air or dust from urban roads. So before buying such an apartment, it is important to consider all these factors. Construction phase. The cost of an apartment may also vary depending on the stage of construction. Apartments are often cheaper in the initial stages of construction, but their cost may increase as construction is completed. Therefore, it is important to choose the right time to buy in order to get the best deal. For example, if you decide to buy an apartment during the construction phase, you can save up to 30% of its final cost. However, this is also associated with risks, as construction may be delayed or not even completed. On average, an apartment at the initial stage of construction in Thailand can cost about $50,000. On the other hand, buying an apartment after construction is completed gives you the opportunity to personally evaluate the quality of construction, location, and other important factors. However, in this case, the cost of the apartment will be higher. On average, a finished apartment in Thailand can cost anywhere from $70,000 to $100,000, depending on location and size. Therefore, choosing the right time to buy an apartment in Thailand is an important decision that can significantly affect your budget and level of satisfaction with the purchase. Conclusion. Choosing a property in Thailand is an important decision that requires taking into account many factors: location, size, security, market conditions, availability of furniture and appliances, weather protection, view from the window, and construction stage. All this affects the cost of the apartment. Understanding these factors will help you make an informed choice and invest in a property that suits your needs and preferences. If you have any questions or need help choosing and buying a property in Thailand, you can always contact us. Our team of professionals will be happy to help you find the perfect option that meets all your needs and preferences.